Well, it certainly seems like SAA is going down. Mayday, 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 this is your captain speaking. Our national carrier, South African Airways, is making an unscheduled crash landing. Indeed, after years of gargantuan losses, it finally seems as though our political elite in Pretoria are realizing that an airline is a shit business, and it's even shitter if it's owned by the state and run by amateurs. SAA missed its payroll run this week. Let's see what happens next week. Cabin attendants might be walking down the aisle with a collection basket. You know what's interesting about this saga is that it tells you that finally, the penny has dropped. And the people at the highest level in our nation have realized that they've run out of other people's money. Other people's money, of course, is also known as your taxes. SAA has gobbled up 59 billion rands worth of public money in the last 23 years, according to Sikonati Manchancha of the Daily Maverick. Holy fuck, that's a lot of money. 59 billion rands. The other interesting thing about this saga is that it has united the nation. Apart from a couple of members of parliament who get free flights on SAA and the 10,000 or so people that work there in its airline and technical and catering affiliates, and the unions that represent them, nobody else seems to really care if the airline is grounded and never flies again. In fact, if it's shut down, it would be cause for celebration amongst most taxpayers. Travellers, of course, well, they'll make other arrangements. Let's see how this affair unfolds in 2020. In the meantime, I suggest that if you're planning a holiday, do not book air tickets on SAA, because if the airline goes down, you'll have to line up behind many other creditors waiting for a payback. Right, I'm going to try something new on the Blunders. Here is a chart. It shows new car sales trends globally over the last 14 years. Look, this is not really working. I'm sure it's very hard to see there in your seat over there. So I'll have to spell it out for you in words. The different colors represent different countries like the US, China, and the EU. Well, the EU is a region, but anyway. Here's the key takeaway. This is all you have to know about this chart. Car sales are dying. They are falling through their own assholes. Since 2016, the annual trend compared to the prior year is down. Now, some people will say this is because, well, the young people are too poor to buy new cars. All the millennials are living in their parents' basements, eating avocado toast and playing Fortnite. I say bullshit, it's something else. You can spell it with 4 letters, U-B-E-R. Uber. Who the hell needs to own their own car? Well, yes, it appears that getting cancer is very bad for your financial health. Researchers just published a new study in the American Journal of Medicine highlighting that around 40% of cancer patients totally exhaust their savings within 2 years of diagnosis. They looked at 9.5 million cancer patients. They discovered basically that after 4 years of therapy, 40% of people insolvent, bankrupt, finished. Well, what does this mean? At first glance, one might suggest that the basic problem is that the cancer drugs are too expensive. Well, that's true, but then remember, cancer is very hard to deal with. The drugs are very complicated, and all of the therapies take years and years of research to refine. It's no wonder they cost a lot. Some of the social justice warriors out there conclude this whole problem would be gone away, unsolved, if we had a socialist single-payer healthcare system. I don't think so, no. I've even seen people argue that this evidence that people don't have enough savings is the real problem. Oof, well, that's quite harsh. But in the final analysis, maybe this is the galaxy brain take. Humans probably need to stop trying to prolong their lives unnecessarily when you get diagnosed with life-threatening illnesses. Well, on a lighter note, at the very pinnacle of our present form of capitalism is the wellness industry. You will recall 2 weeks ago when we profiled a woman who had a massive social media following who said that people were getting fat because of the obesogens in shampoo. Well, there is a new hot trend gripping the wellness diehards, and it is tanning their anuses. Sis! That's right, perineum sunning. There's a viral video going around by an influencer called Ra of Earth who's racked up tens of thousands of views, in which he notes that a mere 30 seconds of sunlight on your butthole, you'll get more energy from this electric node than you would from an entire day of being outside with your clothes on. There is a woman who goes by the name Metaphysical Megan on Instagram. Overnight sensation. Next to the photograph you see here, she says that she's recently given up her morning cup of coffee in favor of sunning her poop hole. Medical professionals, on the other hand, far from convinced. They doubt the practice has any merit. They're just killjoy. Let the people have their fun, I say. Sun tanning their bum holes, naked outdoors. What could possibly go wrong?